Let's take a look at the chart action for Dogecoin. Alright, so in my last couple videos, we've been looking at a couple different triangles. One of them was something like this one. This was the first one. And we broke to the downside right here, or we broke that trend line anyways. And we actually found support on this trend line right here. So what I started looking at was this triangle right here. And we can pretty much get rid of this trend line because we broke it. And we actually broke that trend line that got support right here and right here. We actually broke that trend line right here. I was talking about how maybe we could target from the top to the bottom of this triangle and maybe drag out to the breakout. But I think in general, we're not getting a lot of volume. So I'm not sure how accurate these targets are going to be until we get some volume. The main thing I'm watching in general is this trend line right here. And I talked about it in one of my last videos that until we break this trend line going like this, we could pretty much extend this downtrend going like this. And until we break this trend line right here, I think we'll keep moving to the downside. I still have my limit order set at .155 and .177. One thing we can look at though is if we go to the total crypto market cap, let's go to the daily time frame. Alright, so on the total crypto market cap, we had kind of like this falling wedge or triangle pattern, something like that. We basically had resistance right here, and we were getting resistance right here as well. We actually broke this trend line right here. So what I'm kind of thinking is if we can keep this trend going, which I was talked about on one of my last YouTube short video, if we could keep bouncing on this trend line right here and keep this trend going to the upside, I think this is going to be good in general for the crypto market. Hopefully we could break this resistance line right here going to the upside, and maybe we can target it from the top to the bottom of this triangle, something like that. Take that to this trend line right there, and maybe we can look at maybe something like 1.68 or something around there, and it lines up with this previous resistance all right here. And I've been pretty much talking about this resistance level for a couple of my videos, and I think that it might give us some trouble. We also have this 180 moving average right here on the daily time frame that might give us some trouble as well. This is right around 1.59 trillion. And again, this is the crypto total market cap. The ticker symbol is TOTAL if you're following along on TradingView. The other thing we can look at is Bitcoin. Let's check that out real quick. And Bitcoin looks fairly similar to the total crypto market cap, where we have this bottom trend line going to the downside. Basically, we're coming down right now, but we are coming up with this uptrend right here, and we are kind of testing it, or we had tested it right here, we tested it right here, and we're still finding support right here. Let me zoom in so you could see a little bit better. So like I said, it looks like we're on this uptrend going up to maybe possibly test this, and hopefully we can break through this, and that will start leading the way for the crypto market to start going to the upside in general. The other coin that you should probably be looking at is Ethereum right now. It's been actually doing pretty decent. It's been kind of leading the way on the green candles pretty much. So with Ethereum, we had a downtrend going like this, and we're on the daily time frame right now, so it's pretty significant. And we actually broke that trend line right here. And ever since then, we've been getting green candles. We got 3 green candles and then a red candle, and then 3 green candles and then a red candle. So let's see if we can continue that trend of green candles, of more green candles to red candles. Pretty much higher highs and higher lows too, if you check this out. So if we go into the 4-hour time frame and kind of zoom in a little bit better, you can see that we're getting higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low. Let's see if we can continue on this trend line right here. This is the trend line I'll be watching if it breaks to the downside. When we compare Dogecoin to Bitcoin, you can see that Dogecoin is actually trending to the downside. But I think if we do like a trend line, something like this possibly, and maybe watch something like that, this might give us an idea of when Dogecoin is starting to come back against Bitcoin, or when some of that Bitcoin money starts to flow into Dogecoin. So we have this trend line going something like this. Let's see when we can break this white trend line right here. It's possible that we come down and retest this trend line right here. So maybe that's why maybe some of the Doge money is going into Bitcoin right now, but maybe we could get a bounce right here and some of that Bitcoin money will start flowing into Doge. Like I said, if we could break this trend line right here, I think that will be a good start. You could also see that we have this 180 moving average right here. That might give us some trouble even once we break that trend line right there. You can see that we have this 180 moving average right here, and this is the 4-hour time frame. Let's see what the daily looks like. So yeah, the 4-hour time frame. This is on the 4-hour, we got trouble on it on Dogecoin in general. So yeah, against Bitcoin, this might be significant, and either this might line up with the trend line, or we might break the trend line and this 180 might give us trouble. But either way, you can see this with this average coming in and kind of giving us some resistance. But I think once we break the trend line, once we break the 180 moving average, that's when maybe we'll see a move to the upside, like a nice move to the upside, I mean. In general, though, I think I'm going to be watching this total crypto market cap, and hopefully we could get a break out of this triangle pattern right here to the upside, and we can start heading back up and start continuing this bull run pretty much. The one more thing I wanted to show you guys before we end this video is the Bitcoin dominance. Let's check this out real quick. So the Bitcoin dominance had this big, huge triangle pattern like this, and we broke down right here. After that, we had this big fall going down right here. And then right now, pretty much, or the past couple weeks, I guess you could say, we've been trending in these two lines right here. So right now, we're trending to the downside. And it looks like we're about to test this bottom trend line right here. If we get a bounce right here, Bitcoin will go up. And if we break through right here, then I have a feeling that we're going to get another crazy altcoin season. This thing looks like a major bear flag for Bitcoin, at least the Bitcoin dominance, should I say. And I'm actually, Bitcoin is probably one of my more top holdings. But what I'm looking at right now, it looks like a bear flag on the Bitcoin dominance chart. So let's see if we can continue this uptrend, something like this, or if we break this trend line right here, going to the downside. I'll be watching this trend line right here. So I think if we break this trend line going to the downside, it might be good for Doge and or the altcoins. It's possible that even if we break down going like this, maybe Bitcoin will just go sideways and it won't really go down as much as it'll just not be as dominant as the rest of the altcoins, and maybe just some of the money will go into the altcoins or something like that. But that's just my speculation. I could be wrong, and it could be that the whole market starts to go down a little bit more. But yeah, so we will have to wait and see. And in general, like I said, we are in an uptrend on the Bitcoin dominance. And we are about to test this trend line right here. So it's possible that we get a bounce right here and Bitcoin starts to bounce back and Bitcoin starts to control more stuff. And I think if we break this top trend line right here, maybe we can see a break to the upside. But we'd be probably targeting more something like this, the top to the bottom of this kind of channel, I would say. And maybe it'd be something like that that brings us up to this 180 moving average right here, something like that. Hopefully we do not break to the downside, because like I said, it looks like a bear flag, and if we do, this thing would maybe go something like this, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And even if we did, this wasn't the worst thing for Bitcoin, this big downfall. It was really just good for altcoins. This is really just like altcoin season right here, and if we do get another downside, it'll just be another, I think, altcoin season. That's my kind of theory or speculation, should I say. All right, if you guys like Dogecoin, hit that thumbs up button. If you guys want to know what program I use to look at these charts, check out this video right here. It's a trading view tutorial and a basic technical analysis breakdown.